I didn't really do a review of the second episode of Gotham because when I looked back on it and what I wanted to say, it almost sounded a bit too pessimistic. Like, no, I just noticed there were a lot of problems in the second episode that can probably be followed in the season. And in a way, I was right. But then in the third episode, there were a lot of good things. So I was like, okay, now it balances out. I can talk about both of them. And I will say one of the major concerns I have for this series was Bruce Wayne. I mean, I feel for him, and I like that fact that he's a catalyst for Jim Gordon to really get invested in the crime in Gotham and really start to see all of this corruption. But then there are times where I feel like the story is being kind of dragged down by constantly going back to Bruce Wayne, and really pretty much rehashing the same thing. He's going through his trauma. He's becoming more brooding. We get it. Where is this going? Are we not gonna see him turn into Batman? Is that what you're trying to tell us, or is it just to remind us, hey guys, Bruce Wayne's here? Remember that? This is Gotham. Like, yeah, we kind of know this. But I will say it is adorable to see Bruce Wayne going through his teenage angst, drawing the dark figures, pictures, and listening to heavy metals like rah rah rah. It's like, oh, it's so adorable. It's like, really? But then I have to question a lot of the story elements. Now, I'm not sure if these were in the comic. Again, like I said, I'm not the biggest comic book entrepreneur. But I have to question Alfred's decision to listen to his Bruce Wayne's father about saying, let Bruce make his decisions. Let him raise himself. So I'm like, what? He's 12, 13 years old? He's not going to be able to raise himself. He needs psychiatric help. But Alfred, of course, is like, he'll make his own decisions. He'll grow up the way he wants to grow up. It's like, yeah, and look at how that turned out. He dresses like a bat every night and goes around beating up people. Like, you were right. He didn't need psychiatric help at all. But I digress. Either way, it's fun, and it's not bothersome yet. It just feels like if it goes on for too long, it'll just feel like, why is Bruce Wayne, constantly here? Although I will say in this recent episode, I found it funny that the Balloon Man was on the news report, and Bruce was watching. He started listening to like, who will protect Gotham now that the Balloon Man is no longer out there being a vigilante. I can't help but laugh at thinking like Batman was inspired by Balloon Man. It's like, oh no. And speaking of Balloon Man, while I do sympathize with the whole idea that Gotham citizens now have to take matters into their own hands in protecting themselves from crime, now that they realize the police are not going to help them, or at least the police are corrupt, I still have to laugh when I see that this guy is killing bad people with balloons, and especially to see the effects of the balloon just going through the city. It's just like, well, it's just so hilarious and ridiculous and over the top. But granted, Batman comics, especially the villains, have always been over the top in the way they kill some of their victims, and balloons aren't the most ridiculous, so I will give it that. But still, seeing it float through the city just made me laugh, and especially when, oh my god, the victims of the balloons fell back to the sky, fell back to the ground and actually killed an old lady. So like, oh no, don't kill the old lady, in a very funny way of dying. Hell, even the police were laughing. It's like, hey, can you imagine this happening? Where did they get the shovels that size? Like, yeah, what the hell? But either way, the best parts about this series in the last two episodes have been, the mystery and the relationship between all the crime bosses. I mean, there's war on the streets, the subtle backstabbings and dark alley deals. And I really like that, especially the tension between Fish and Falcone is like when he starts beating or having his goons beat up on her boy toy. It's just like, damn, like they all hate each other, they all distrust each other, and it makes sense. I mean, they're criminals, of course they can't trust each other. But then also even the police, like they really don't like each other. They don't even work with each other. They're just like, get out of my way, I'll stay out of your way. You know, we all just go our own way, whatever, follow a separate path. And even one cop saying like, I'm not gonna respond to a bum dying because this restaurant's paying me $50 to look out for them, especially look out for them. It's like, wow, even the small time restaurants that have nothing to do with criminals or mob bosses still have to pay police to, you know, come and watch over them. And that's a bad sign that Gotham really is just garbage. It is. But at the same time, I feel like too many people are corrupt and evil. It's like, is Jim Gordon the only good, decent person in this whole city? And it just seems kind of isolation. Like, he's on an island of darkness. It's like, this is not good. I mean, sure, he has Barbara, but she doesn't seem to be helping much. Except I will like that she took no shit from him. It's like, no, I will call the paper and tell them about the missing kids. Like, great. I love this Barbara. She's amazing. I mean, sure, she's a bit blinded to the whole idea of playing the game, you know, playing it safe and really just trying to keep your head down and get by. But at the same time, I have to appreciate and admire her for, you know, her beliefs. Like, no, it's the right thing to do, even if my life gets put in danger. I need to do this. It's the right thing to do. And also, the major crime unit guys, those detectives, while they are honest just as much as Jim, I have to say they're very obnoxious about it. I mean, they jump at any conclusion that supports their own ideas. Like, they are frustrating at times. You know, they hear a rumor, immediately they want to just slap the guy in irons and just throw away the keys. Like, damn, guys, get some evidence first. Do something. It's like, don't just walk around accusing everyone. It's like, do you have a suspect for us so we can go out and annoy him? It's like, what? Hey, calm down, major crime unit. Calm down. And then there's Penguin. Oh my god, Penguin. I find his little journey so fascinating. I mean, he's definitely the biggest part of this series, and I can't wait to see more of him. I want to see more of him. I mean, he goes from pretty much a errand boy or just a yes man to then goes completely destroyed and having nothing. He's going out there limping and bloody. You know, he's pretty much reduced to nothing more than an animal. And then finally coming back to Gotham. Really quick though. I mean, I will say, like, I would have liked to see his journey more across the country. But I get it. He has to come back to Gotham, make some connections, really build up some power so he can really sneak his way into a position where he's comfortable enough to be considered a threat to not just other criminals and mob bosses, but to the police as well. And but again, like, he's really just a fascinating character. I want to see more of him. He's just out there killing people. And the way he does is like no grand plan or no brute strength. He's just like anything. It's like knife stabbing in the shin and the ankle, bring him down and just start stabbing, like pretty much like a common thug or common criminal on the street looking for a fix. He's not on drugs, but it looks that way. He's just desperate, the way he tries to kill people and the way he tries to get away with stuff. I will say though, as many people as he kills in this series, he doesn't seem to get any blood on his clothes. That doesn't work that way, but I'll let it slide. Hell, even when he kidnaps that one guy and holds him for ransom, I'm guessing for his mother or his father, someone of his guardian. Even the guardian just like, oh, you're just one of his friends playing a prank on me, like he always does. Like, what kind of pranks are your son and his friends doing to you? Are they constantly calling you saying, give us money or we'll kill your son? It's like, no wonder they didn't believe Penguin when he was actually holding their son hostage. He's a douchebag. Makes me wonder what Penguin did to him. But either way, Oswald is definitely the most interesting character of this series. And that's saying a lot because Jim is also a very great character, especially now that he has to keep his head down and he's frustrated about it. He hates that he has to play by their rules, but it's the best way he can actually do his job as a police officer and protect this city. And you can already see that he's getting angrier and more frustrated as time goes on when people constantly reminding him, you killed that guy. You're just as bad as we are. And he hates it. It's in his face. It's like, just keep playing along. Just keep you know that you're not a bad person. You did the right thing. You just gotta keep letting them think you are. Let them know that you're one of them so you can continue doing a good job of being a good cop and actually finding killers and protecting the innocent. And I really like that about Jim. He really does have a very sturdy constitution. I mean, I don't know how many people would have been able to do the same thing he did before, just letting it all crash down around him. So I gotta give him kudos for that. So definitely, like I said, I'm a little concerned about Bruce Wayne constantly showing up when really his scenes don't have anything to do with what's going on in the current episode. But it's so fine because the series still remembers that the focus is Jim Gordon and to a certain extent Penguin. I mean, these two have really shown themselves to be the pillars of this series and will probably continue to do so. And I really love that. I mean, I never thought I'd actually be this invested in Penguin, but here it is, Penguin. I hope you get your reward because you've worked hard. You've been through enough. So either way, I'm excited about where the next episode is going to take me. So until then, I'm Tony Dragon. Bye bye.